go hunting.
And we're back on, we're in a different little area. Days got on a bit, took a bit longer than expected, but whatever, enjoying it. Not really enjoying it actually, but just whatever. Go and get into another camp. Got a bit of a drama though, I've got a wet ass and a very wet backpack. And I feel like my bladder's burst. I'd say she burst alright. Yeah. So that's a bit of a drama. But anyway, we'll see you down the camp. Righto, just got into camp. I had pulled this out earlier. Just after I was last talking to you, and I've lost quite a bit of fluid. Looks like there'll be one cuppa in there and my arse is that wet. I got probably get a fire going tonight. Don't really want to. But anyway, I'm just going to quickly set up camp, get that bag out and go from there. Just pulled my bag out, she's fucking soaking in the bottom end. It's a bit of a bugger. So is everything else. They're bloody wet. Bag liner, which I was hoping was dry, outside's wet, so we'll see how that goes. PLB, everything's wet. She'll survive though, that thing. Hope we don't need to go to the toilet. Oh, no use crying over spilt milk. We'll set this tent up and go for Arvo glass. It's a pretty good Arvo for it. I think tomorrow Arvo will be pretty good too, because it's going to rain I think in the next day. So that'll get them moving I reckon if they're not already. It's pretty settled weather. Might as well make the most of what water is in that bloody bladder. Good job for cuppa. Just pulled so much shit out of that bag. I don't need half of it, that's for sure. Anyway, we're here now. We'll probably base out of here for a good while. It's a bugger about that sleeping bag, but whatever. You get that from these big jobs. I'm just going to do some sorting out off camera and then we'll get back onto some glassing. I've just picked one up over there on that other face, which is kind of cool, early Arvo. I'll try and get a bit of a handheld and then we'll get the tripod out and try and pick up a few more. The little mob, 4 of them ones. Hope there's a stag pushing them around, but unlikely I suppose. Not sure. What else have we got? Prime time. Just trying to glass up some more. See those 4 there before. Not in the greatest position, but I just want to sort of see what the go is. Tomorrow morning I suppose I'll just try and find a nice spot. Do a heap of glassing and see if something goes and sits down over there. Pretty typical really. Like where I was, there was probably deer around, but it's just hard to see them, you know. And like no surprise, the more country you can look over, the more chances you got of seeing those deer. So anyway, here we are. I'm going to just move around the hill a bit and stay pretty vigilant. I'd like to set the bino up on the tripod, but I'm not going to today. I'm just going to get a bit of a feel for it. Scan some country. That's pretty much wraps up 35. No big stag, see? It's good to have at least seen a couple of sambar today. In a bit of a pickle with that water bladder popping. It's just not, I just can't eat. I'm not eating the old noodles without water again. So I suppose I'll have a quick scoot in the morning, do half a day and then pull out before that rain. I might see what goes on and maybe leave the tent here to come in after the rain with a new water bottle, I suppose. But whatever, it's probably not the worst way to end a birthday. Could have been bloody dragging a bloody head up the hill. That would have sucked. Not necessarily sucked, but you know, a lot of hard work pulling these deer out of these bushes. At least I can just sort of go back, have a cuppa, have dinner, and just relax really, which is always the aim of my game a lot of the time. But anyway, whoops, in the morning, just see if we can see any deer transitioning from feed to bed. That's first light, that's the Maggie's going off. Looks like a bit of fog down in the valleys. Have a cuppa and see what happens as the light comes up. Bit fresh, not too bad. Bloody awesome to hear that bird song though this morning. Didn't hear any honks or anything in the night. The old last cuppa. That fog's sort of blown out, which is good, but see what happens here in the next few hours. Might just do a bit of stalking, or we might just sit and wait into a saddle. That sun. No animals yet. Now that sun's come up, they might start filtering through. Bit of fog, but we're doing alright. See what happens. That fog's a bit hectic. It's sort of coming and going. Not much point stalking in it. So I'll just give it another hour and see what happens here. Sun's nice though. Those two come through very quick. Normally they would hang around a little bit. Wasn't quite set up. I'd say that was our opportunity this morning. I'm just going to sit here and see in case another one comes behind them, but bugger. Kind of hoping that a stag comes in behind them. Just that time of year. Pretty spewing though. I did have opportunity, but I wanted to film the shot. If it was a stag, you would just shoot it. I'm just going to get in this sun here and just sit and wait again. Talk about missed opportunities. That was one of them. Luckily it was only a hind and a yearling, but would have been nice to take the back straps out of it, I guess. Fog's back in, so I've just come back up to camp. I'm sort of gonna head out today sooner than later. Get back to some chores I've got going on, so I might just break camp now and see if the fog does lift again or not, but I'd say that's the deer. They've come back over, get into the sun, and that was the opportunity. Yeah, I just think if in that opportunity I was just trying to get them on camera for you guys, especially with the Whelen. Be nice to have shot it on camera, but yeah, if that was a stag, I suppose hindsight would have just not worried too much about where the deer was in the frame or how lit up the deer was. I was just trying to get those, it was a bit shadowy I thought, I was trying to hopefully get it a bit better lighting so then we could see the Whelen do its thing, but doesn't look like today's the day. Anyway, good times out here. Ooh, just climbing out. Pretty much, probably just going to wrap that up there. But I might make this a bit of a combined video, seeing as we didn't get too many on the old camera. And we probably haven't learnt too much on the remainder of this birthday hunt. So I've got the tent and everything with me, not going to leave anything down there. I'm sort of over this place a little bit actually. It's just so restricted, you could say. So now those deers came past, they're just going to bed in the thick shit. And sure, you could glass the other side, but it's going to take a couple of hours to do anything about that. Don't know. But like I was saying, you never know unless you get in there and suss it out. And that sort of went for the first couple of days, the first day there, day or two. But then after that, back in familiar country. And I guess at the end of the day we did our point to point, but we just used the old motorbike to get there. So anyway, I appreciate you just following along and sticking through this video. I feel like they're just on a bit of a chill break with the rut. Doesn't seem to be any stags on hinds. And I picked up a pretty good one on the camera just earlier this week, and he was just having a chew. Not really puffed up or anything. Whether he's about to come into rut or what, not too sore. But that is sambar hunting. Like, I was even starting to get over a little bit in regards to you come out, what do? I come out, I glass a deer up or walk around, put up a deer, shoot it. And I've just got another head at home. It's all good taking skins. But yeah, I was getting a little bit stale, I guess. So hoping to do a bit of recreating in the near future. It's all good, I have me moments. We'll be back out here. We'll see you then. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hooroo.